Hello, folks. Kyle here. I'll give it a few minutes, see if some folks roll in here. I'm just kind of a pop up live. Decided to go, ran kind of at the last minute here. Had a crazy week. I have had a crazy week. Busy with work, busy with kids. Lots going on. So, let's see. The video for the Lake St. Clair trip came out. That seems to have gotten some pretty good comments and good views and all that good stuff. Danny Days Homestead, welcome in. TGIF, right? I should have put that on the thumbnail. I'm just hanging out. I did not go live Wednesday night, and hey, there's Adam Freezer Bound Outdoors. Oh, very cool. Very cool. I kind of slipped some decals out in the mail. I do have new decals. If anybody's interested, fire me an email. I can get you a decal sent out for sure. I did already send out a bunch for people that I knew wanted them, or like I owed a couple people. They'd sent me one and I didn't get them back. So if you've sent me one and I have not reciprocated, definitely reach out and let me know. I'm happy to get one sent out. Yeah, Adam, I'm not going to be real long. I'll probably hang out for 20, 30, 40 minutes or something. I didn't go live on Wednesday night, and I will not be able to continue my live streams on Wednesday nights because my kid's schedule has changed and it has bumped me off Wednesday nights. I'm running around to karate and to dance and to get them dinner, and then we get home about almost 10 o'clock at night. So I'm not going to go live at 10 o'clock after doing all that. It would be pretty crazy. So very good, Danny Days. Send me an email. I think I'm going to switch it over to Thursday, and I'm probably going to try to stay in that same time slot of 8 or 8:30. I don't know in the community if people already have that, do Thursday nights. I can't recall seeing a whole lot of people live on Thursday nights. I think Charlie at Ugly Dog Lures is usually live for a little bit, and then I'm a supporter of Bar Run Forge. I don't know if a lot of you folks are, but he usually goes live on Thursday evenings, but it's fairly early. I think they go 6 or 6:30. And Ugly Dog Lures is usually, I think, 7. So I'll probably keep that same time slot of 8:30, and I think it'll work out okay. I just wanted to kind of get the word out to some of my folks via a short live, just to say, hey, I'm going to be switching my live streams over to Thursday nights. I'll probably keep that same format of watch and grow and trying to attract new folks in. It's been a little bit stagnant lately, and that might be because the giveaways have been a little bit stagnant. It's hard to do giveaways every single week of just firing out gift cards and lures and all that stuff. I think I paid $56 for the shipping, packing materials, and the shipping to send out all those lures. So, that was a pretty good hit to the pocketbook. But I don't mind. I'm here to support the community in any way, shape, or form I can. So again, the watch and grows, they are going to continue, but I'm going to bump those over to Thursday nights. We got Tom Celtic and Everything Outdoors is in the house, and I see Joe from Live to Fish. TGIF, I hope you guys are ready to rock this weekend out. Joe looks like he's ready to rock. He's got it. The explosions going on and the fist bump and everything. He's pumped up. I love it. The rotation of TV guy. Hey, that's a lot more exciting than my live streams, right? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I think Thursday nights are going to be the deal. Hunting and stuff with J&J. What's happening? Fist bump. It might be cool to hang out on a Thursday night. See if I catch a different crowd. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Maybe it'll flop. There's that possibility too. So I see my camera doesn't like that. I didn't turn the lights on. I didn't really feel like it. It's kind of a evening. It's kind of a late afternoon, early evening dinner time. Thought, what the hell? I just sit here in the half light. I think we'll live. We'll make it work. It's like there's an autofocus that's trying to jump in and out, but that's all right. I'm not real worried about it. Would love to rock the weekend out, but they go too fast. Something I do with my channel that is really funny that I remember reach out to my subs and some stuff. Hey Joe, that's really, really cool. Draw my name out of the hat next time. That's really, really cool. My good friend CJ at Chick Happens Homestead, he does something similar. He does. He'll grab somebody in the community and I'll send them a gift basket or a care package or something, a shirt, a hat, just to say, hey, thanks, appreciate the support. So yeah, that's a way to go for sure. Keeping it in the Ozarks. Welcome in. Yeah, Thursday nights are going to be the deal. We'll bump it over probably the same time, 8:30 Eastern, maybe 8 o'clock Eastern. I don't know. It'd be nice to get my youngest to bed, so it'll probably be 8:30 Eastern. Drink beer and give away too much. Now that's a live stream right there. Oh man, that is definitely a live stream right there. Drinking beer and giving stuff away. But then you give away your crossbow and you're like, wait a minute, I need that for hunting season. Hey, 2 thumbs up from anybody in the chat that is looking forward to fall hunting season. Whether you deer hunt, elk hunt, bird hunt, rabbit hunt, squirrel hunt. Who's excited for fall? Hey, there's Chris from Bogley's Keeping It Real. Welcome on in. I hope you're ready to rock out the weekend. I got my Living in Men Outdoors t-shirt on, my Coyote Whacker hat. Rocking my YouTube gear from the folks I support. So yeah, I don't you're excited. 2 thumbs up. We got to do the thumbs up. There it is. Keeping It in the Ozarks is ready. Archery opens September 15th. That's pretty early. That is pretty early. Hunting and stuff with J&J is ready. Adam loves Coyote Whacker. Yeah, Lou, he's good, folks, for sure. Can I get in the Single Limb Expo? Yeah. That's the way I roll. That's the way I roll. Single limb. I don't like split limb bows and I don't like split limb crossbows. I like single limb. I've got a cheap one. It's not even very fast. I think it is rated at 260 feet per second. But it gets the job done. I hit the deer I got last year. I hit it square in the shoulder blade. Square in the shoulder blade. Now, it was only a 20-yard shot, and it was a young deer. But square in the shoulder blade, and I got a pass through. I'm a big believer in fixed blade broadheads, man. I'm a big believer in fixed blade broadheads. I shoot 100 grain slick tricks. I think it might be 125. I think I'm shooting one now that I think about it. I shoot 100 grain slick trick broadheads on my bow, out of my bow and arrow with those. But my crossbow, the bolts, I use the 125 grain. I want some weight on there. I want to punch through. So, chilling Indiana Carl's in the house. Welcome in. Welcome in. For those of you just joining, I did announce that I'm going to switch my live streams to Thursday nights at 8:30. I don't think I'll play around with the time. It's probably going to be, it's 280. Yeah. Okay. My crossbow was $220 on Amazon. Now that was, granted, that was 8 years ago. Well, no, about 6 years ago. That was 6 years ago. $220. 260 feet per second, kills deer dead. And I'm not too worried about the limbs cracking or popping or anything like that. I think it's going to work. At least for a few seasons, maybe when my son gets to the age where he can start deer hunting, I can start him out with that. But yeah, so my announcement was that I moved it over to Thursday nights. My kid schedule bumped me off of Wednesday nights. Running around, I won't get home till almost 10 o'clock on Wednesdays. So I'll bump that over to Thursday nights. FBO Wives Club is in the house, Renee. TGIF, I hope you're ready to rock this weekend. I assume you guys are settled into the back-to-school routine. That's fun. Boy, I tell you what, Wednesday, was it? No, it was Thursday, yesterday morning. I've never had buses when I was coming back from dropping my kids off. I have about a 20-minute drive. And yesterday, I had a bus picking up kids every other house on the way trying to get home. And I was a little bit late signing on for work. I don't know. Some of you folks may know I work from home anyway. So, but yeah, getting the kiddos to school and then trying to rush back home to get signed on for work. I was late yesterday, about 10 minutes. I was like, I can't get caught behind that bus again. And I think they're going to close that road starting Monday. So that'll be fun to navigate around all of that. So this weekend, I'm not sure when. It might not drop until Sunday, but I'm going to try to get a product review video out for you folks. Next weekend, I'm going to be stomping around in the woods hanging trail cameras, so I'll probably just film some of that, practice my B-roll skills, be watching for that. I might be able to sneak out a fishing trip tomorrow afternoon, evening. So I don't know if I catch fish. That'll be what comes out 2 weeks from now. So that's what I got coming down the pipe. I don't have a lot. This is a tough time of year for me because, hey, there's Greg, Geo Outdoors. We kind of get into the dog days of August. Fishing can get kind of tough. So that's why I was kind of glad that I got that Lake St. Clair trip in August because it gave me some awesome material for a time period that is kind of sort of a tough one for me because fishing slows down and hunting hasn't really taken off yet. Once we get into October, it's actually keeping it in the Ozarks said his how you doing, Emmy? National Dog Day. She had to make an appearance, right? Yeah, nice cold beer on a Friday night. Heck yeah. So I lost my train of thought. Something about fishing isn't any good until it gets cold in the fall, at least around here for me and what I'm after. Saugeye, muskie, and that sort of thing. I mentioned keeping it real in the Ozarks, their season starts September the 15th. Ours is the last Saturday in September for archery. So that'll be the 24th. That's about as early as it can start here in Ohio, because 7 days later is October 1st. The following Saturday would be October. So that's pretty early for us here in Ohio for it to start on the 24th. I'll be honest with you. It's usually right around 27th, 28th, 30th, something like that. But man, this year it's the 24th. That's pretty early. I'm just now getting trail cams out tomorrow, Sunday morning. So I'm going to put 2 out. I've got 2 new prospective spots to hunt this year. I think one of them I'm going to try to clear it a little bit. It's not even going to be a quarter of an acre clearing. It's just going to be a little open patch. And I'm going to throw down some throw and grow, and I'll be able to boat into that spot, and it's a little bit isolated. People can't walk in from the road, so I'm kind of hoping I can get something, can kind of draw them in there. I see Ted from Off the Hook Outdoors. Welcome in. This is just a real quick pop-up live. I didn't go live Wednesday. Wednesday night, my kid's schedule bumped me off my Wednesday nights. And I thought I would try to go last night, but I had too much going on, just too busy. I was kind of, just on the go. It was like 8:35, 8:40 when I sat down, and I was like, I'm not going to go live. I'm going to eat my dinner. So that's what I did. But I am gonna bump my my regular weekly live stream to Thursday night. I will keep them going. It's probably going to be the same time, 8:30 Eastern, and probably still keep the watch and grow format. I've been hoping and trying to bring in some new folks. Easier said than done, but I'll keep that going. We'll see how it goes on the new night. Maybe the new night will bring in some fresh faces. Maybe it'll flop. I don't know, but we'll try it. We'll keep it going. It'll be Thursday nights at 8:30. That's about all I got in the can. I'm really, really, really excited for tomorrow morning. I'm doing my fantasy football league draft. I'm kind of a dork like that. Oh, have fun. Yeah, she's ready to rock her weekend for sure. Yeah, I'm in a club league fantasy football. It's not like any format you see on the internet. It's all the points are based on rank for whatever stat you're in. There's 11 in our league this year, so if you rank first, you get 11 points. If you rank last, you get 1. So it's structured like that. It's an auction style league and a keeper league. So this league has been around a long time. The season that we're about to embark on is season 34. It has been around for a long time. That's cool, Ted. I'll be sure to try to catch yours and jump in them whenever I can. Absolutely. Very cool. I don't really have a whole lot more. If anybody wants to come up on panel and just kind of shoot the fat type of deal, I'm happy to drop the link. Where is that thing? Invite. There it is. I figured it out. So much easier on the laptop than trying to figure out stuff out on the phone. I was like, whoo. Who we got? Come up on panel. People probably get tired of listening to me yammer on. There's Richard, some old man outdoors. You're quite welcome. You had sent me some, so I wanted to be sure to get you some nice decals. I got some that are just a little bit bigger. I think those are 3 inches. So my other ones were really small. But I got a bunch of those in, and I thought I'd fire them out to some folks. The link was dropped if anybody wants to come up. I don't see anyone in the basement. People are dropping like flies. They got the announcement, and they're like, we out of here. Probably all that talk. Oh, there he is. There's my man. There's my man.
What's up?
There's my man. I knew I could count on you.
So what's up?
It looks like it's a Friday, and rather than working hard, you're hardly working.
I am we have a football game tonight. It's the first football game at the high school.
Okay.
So what I got to do is just stick around here, stick around the field just to make everything go smoothly. If they need anything, I'm here. So I don't go to other schools or nothing tonight. So it's kind of an easy day.
Cool. You're disaster management.
Yeah.
If something, the lights fail or floorboard power goes out, they call Ted.
Yeah. So I'm just sticking around. I'll get to watch the game and hang out, and
cool.
Sort of an easy night.
Cool. Yeah. My daughter last Friday, she informed me that she was going to the football game. It was their first home game.
Nice.
And I said, well, weren't you going to ask? And she's like, well, okay. That's the joy of having a 15-year-old. They're kind of the queen of the castle.
They're expected to just do it. They're like, Dad, I'm going to here. I'm like, well, did you ask your mom? Did you ask your dad?
Right.
Well, and then I play the game, and I'm like, well, we'll see. I won't give her an answer right away. Right. And she follows me around the house for the last so I do it on purpose. I give it back.
Hey, how's your arm doing? I see you still got the brace.
Yeah, I got the brace. It's I think I'm getting the brace off next week, and then I'm going to start strength training with it. So,
okay.
But everything's okay. I'm still restricted to not do anything at work with it still.
Right.
So, like, even coming to work is kind of, I'm not doing my job. I'm only doing what I can do. So it's fairly easy. But
no heavy lifting.
Yeah, workman's comp is workman's comp. They want to get you back to work doing whatever. So if I'm sitting in a corner of a room, that's what I got to do.
Right. You does it feel pretty good? Do you get much pain or soreness or?
No, I don't have any pain or soreness. I have, it's still numb in like my ulnar nerve, like right down from my wrist to my inside of my elbow here.
Uh-huh.
They had to move that nerve out of the way to drill through the bone. So that'll take a couple months.
Right.
Healing back.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. So that's about it though. Every once in a while you get a little hiccup in it, little, it hurts a little bit. So if I sleep on it wrong or something, or I move it when I'm sleeping, I don't know, it's sore in the morning, but other than that, it's pretty good.
Cool. So you had the bowfin fishing with the kids on your channel, a couple different videos of that. What else you got in the can? What's coming up? Are you getting excited for hunting season?
Well, I'm heading down to Ohio tomorrow morning.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I'm going down. My buddy's down there now. He built that house down there, so that's cool. So we have a lease down there, and we hunt public land. He's going after a mega giant. It's like a 200-inch buckfish.
Oh, really? Wow.
It's and I want to film it, but I don't want to mess it up for him either. So I'm going to probably do. Hopefully he gets some trail cam pictures, and we're taking down the big tiny scents from Rubline Scents. I did a mock scrape video last week, so that'll be coming out probably this upcoming week.
Sweet.
And then I have a cooking video with my daughter coming out.
Oh, cool.
And then tomorrow, this is kind of crazy. I'm going to do another Ohio series, like hunting series with Ohio. And I'm going to do a mock scrape video for Ohio tomorrow. And I'm going to be putting out minerals in my mock scrape and just cleaning up my, my tree stand, cutting out shooting lanes, anything you grew in or whatever. I'm going to do that. And then I have a Runkle reel that they sent me to do a review on, and I'm basically done fishing. But since they gave me that reel, and then another company gave me a hoodie shirt to do a thing on, a review on. So we're gonna go fish the farm ponds down there on our leases and stuff, and some other farmers are gonna let us like fish there. So
Right.
the real review there, and I'm gonna do that shirt review there while I'm there. Do some bass fishing in the ponds. There's some monsters in there. There's like some 24-inch bass in there. So
Yeah, it's always cool when you can go on a trip like that, whether it's a weekend or a day trip or whatever, and you can knock out 2 or 3 or 4 different videos.
Yeah, and that's what I plan on doing. I plan on at least getting 3 videos tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe, it really helps you get ahead of the schedule because
maybe
I hate when it's like Monday and it's like I don't have anything filmed for this weekend to put out for a video. I don't like that feeling. I like having 3, 4, 5 of them that all I got to do is edit them and get them published.
Well, I have them 2 on the back burner. I have the mock scrape kit and I have the cooking video with my daughter, so that's nice. And then tomorrow, if I get the 3 videos or 4 videos, because if we go over to his spot, I got a couple trail cam pictures of his buck that he wants, and I might do sort of like a start of a series on the Mega Giant or something like that.
There you go.
And I'm not going to be with him when he's hunting because I don't, like I said, I don't want to be in there and create any more of a make it harder than it already is type deal. But it'll probably be just setting up what we're doing and how he's doing it and showing him doing his thing. And then probably when he gets his buck, if he gets the buck, then do like something on it. But it's going to be like a leading up to it. But I'm not going to film because I don't want to be in there messing it.
Right.
And he's got a really good shot at him because he's getting morning pictures right before light at his stand. And he's hunting pretty far away from the bedding area. Right. So tomorrow we're going to make our way back a little closer to the bedding area, maybe, so he can catch that deer in light, situation and put a camera up down there. So we're trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together, and that's just, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. I got you mentioned a reel review. I actually bought 2, and one what I wanted to do was kind of a one reel versus another reel. These are just cheap spinning reels. And so I went on Amazon and I picked the cheapest ones, but I had kind of some criteria. Like I wanted it to be an American company. I recognize that an American company probably has them manufactured in Taiwan or God knows where.
Gotcha.
But if it's an American company, that's something that, I can support. Most anyone can support that type of thing. And it was easier than going and finding a reel that was, $12.10 and it doesn't have any bearings and it's probably going to fall apart after 7 or 8 casts. It's at least has a build to it that has some quality. One of them was Cast King, I think. And I cannot remember the other one, but it'll be a one versus the other. And the thing about that is it's not going to be just like an unboxing and then turn the reel. I actually want to fish with them 3, 4, 5 times. So it's going to take probably 5 times going fishing and using them on comparable rods to kind of, that way I can give an actual an analyzed comparison, right? Of what I like about what this reel does or what I don't like.
Like a more in-depth video. Exactly. Like a lot of the videos out there now are just like showing it unboxing, showing what they like about it. But I'm going to do actual fishing with it, catching fish with it. And then I'm actually making a studio in my house right now. So that's kind of cool. My wife let me do it. So I'm said, heck yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm in the process of doing that. And then I'm in a process right now, not right now, I didn't start it yet, but I'm getting a website. I'm getting a website up and running with everything so I can refer people to that. Right. So check out, like what's coming up on my YouTube channel. If they want to buy baits, if they want to get hunting, like, cause I might sell scents soon and stuff like that. So I want to have a website that I can refer everybody just to that one spot.
Especially if people are buying stuff, it's just make it 10-fold easier. You can have it where they can do a checkout, so where they select what they want. And
that's what I plan on doing in the future here. So my studio's getting set up, and then the website. So I got a lot of stuff going on, but like hunting, I'm going to be hunting a lot this year. I'm going to be in Ohio. I'm going to be in PA. I'm going to be bringing all of my I'm going to do the series, with me, with my PA buck, like leading up to it, doing
Right.
everything. And that's where this mock scrape thing comes in. It's like the first part of the hunting series for PA. That'll be my how to make a mock scrape. And then from there on, it'll be, and with my life and my schedule is my YouTube channel is a big circle. It'll
Right.
be like this, like hunting, doing all that stuff, vacation, Florida, fishing, stuff like that. Then coming back to spring and then fishing again,
Right.
and just keep revolving around that same wheel. But
Right.
that's why it's so important for me to put everything at season during the season, like not having old content and put up a trout video right now. That's just,
Right.
I try to progress and do everything as the seasons come into play. And what I'm doing at that time is when I want to put my videos out for that time. Keep it all in sync,
Hey, Matt's Fishing Mission, welcome in. Richard, I appreciate you stopping by. You have a good evening, good weekend.
Richard's in here.
Working on the boat.
What's up, Richard? Thanks for coming in, buddy. But yeah, so that's my plan. I mean, I got a ton of stuff ahead of me. I got the new laptop, so I've been doing some streaming with the laptop a little bit better with the microphones and the sound quality and everything. That's all good. Setting up the studio.
Hey, John.
Us, and then just getting ready for hunting right now. And this is my best time of the year. Like I said, I prefer my hunting than over my fishing, but I like both. But this is my passion, is my hunting. So
I'm kind of right there with you. Like I tell people, there's a Christmas holiday song, and the words to it, the chorus to it is, "It's the most wonderful time of the year." I tell people that's really about October.
Yeah,
that's really what he's talking about. Because, and I refer to October as Rocktober.
Yeah,
because everything about it is awesome. I mean, aside from my birthday, but there's fall foliage, there's hunting, there's football, there's
everything.
The cooler weather, no humidity, less bugs, everything about October is just awesome. And
my birthday's at the end of September, so it falls right into what you're talking about. That's the time where I'm like right now. I got the bug. I'm itching to get down.
You got that itch, yeah.
Yeah, and like it's still, it's still warm around here, so you don't have them cool mornings when you get up and like the leaves are changing. And you feel that different change in the weather, and it's hunting season.
Absolutely.
That yet, but I got to get down there to get stuff going for the hunting season, so I have a good hunting season. If I don't,
right, and I'm kind of the same way. I'm like, it was earlier this week. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. I was like, crap, we are almost to the end of August, and I don't have a trail camera out. I don't have a single trail camera out, so I got at least Sunday morning. I'm going to get a couple out.
Yeah,
like you said, put some minerals down, put some of that sweet syrupy crap just to get stuff to attract you to it. And
I find that Lucky Buck really works good for me to get pictures.
Whatever will get them to just come in and stand there. So it's kind of an inventory type taking thing. You just see what's out there.
And I'm still
Smith, welcome in.
I'm still sick from last year from that big 13 point. I'm hoping he comes back, but I think he's dead.
Oh, really?
I think he's done. He went on to that private property, and I think he expired over there. And I keep kicking myself because I got that picture, and I actually printed it out, and it's in my bedroom on my thing. And I look at that picture.
Well, last year was a little bit different for me. I almost always exclusively hunt public land. And I knew last year I was going to be hunting with CJ up at his farmstead. And I knew just the way his property is set up that I was likely going to see deer and have opportunities at deer. So I had that in my back pocket. So my approach on public land was, well, gee, I had this one spot that was so productive, at least as far as seeing deer and having opportunities.
Yeah,
I'll just roll with that. But things change. I don't know if there was guys squirrel hunting in there or whatever, but I hunted it. I hunted the snot out of that one spot for my public land. Once I did come back to this area and started hunting, which was kind of the peak of the rut.
Yeah,
I didn't really understand why I wasn't seeing deer. I did have some preseason pictures, a little bit of video from one trail camera I had in there, and I went back to it and I was like, everything's at night.
Yeah,
on this camera was at night. So this area, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if some people were squirrel hunting it or what. Something was different. Whereas the year before, there was always deer in there every single time I went in there. But this, last year was different. So I'm not going to take it for granted this year. I'm going to have 3, 4, 5 different spots that if one area that they're not showing up, I'm going to the other one, and one of them will produce if I've got that many.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I went out last week when did that mock scrape thing, and I my stand's up there already, and I went up to it, and I went over and I put my scrape down, and I'm making the scrape, and it'll be on the video, and I turn around and there's 2 deer watching me. So videoed them. They both still had spots on them, and they come walking right up to me when I'm in the scrape, and I'm videoing it the whole time.
Oh, wow.
And then I just turn around and walk away, and they stayed there, and because I don't like to scare deer out of there, and I walked away from it, and then I did, I showed my stand again and things like that, but I got out of there without them huffing or blowing, so that was pretty good. Nice. But it's a really good spot where I'm at down there. I got permission to hunt it, and I'm the only one in there, so it's really nice. So last year, when I shot my big buck, or my target buck, it wasn't a huge buck, it was just my buck there for PA. I saw a really nice buck with that one. And then on the way out, after I killed my deer, when I was dragging it out, that buck was on his way up the hill.
Oh, wow.
And he was big and he was wide. So I'm hoping he made it through this year and he's still around there. That's why I'm anxious to see. I had my camera out since, I think, Monday. Oh, wow. So I come back this weekend. During the week next week, I'm going to go back up, freshen my scrape back up, pull the chip out of the camera, put a new one in, and I'll be anxious to see what's on there and get it going. Because you know how mock scrapes are. I'm going to do different scents at different times of the year and like sort of build it up till hunting season. Get them more curious into there and all that stuff. So hoping Big Tiny's the rubline scents work, and we'll see. But I'm supposed to be going down with him to watch the process of how they collect the urine and stuff like that, which I think my wife's like, you're goofy going to see deer pee and try to check. And I'm like, that's what I like to do. I like to go see how it's done. And she's like, goofy. I'm
the process.
What I like to do. So I'll probably
Hey, Matt, welcome in. Daddy Duck 365. We got Boxy Outdoors is in the house. How's it going?
Hey, Boxy. What's up, buddy? Long time no see.
I know you're getting excited for hunting season. You got them 2 thumbs up. I saw that scouting video. You're getting pumped up for that, aren't you?
Yeah. That's cool. I'm glad he's back in it. Boxy took he wasn't taking a break, I guess, but he hasn't been on as much as he used to be. So I kind of miss Boxy's lives, and I miss Boxy.
Yeah, we got to get that Sunday night thing going again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were just talking about Boxy not too long ago. But yeah, that's all. That's what my plans are this weekend, and I'm taking my kids to their first Steeler game on Sunday.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Well, it's a preseason. I won't take them to a regular game. I'll take them to a preseason game, but not a regular game.
Yeah, it might be a little bit more tame in the crowd at a preseason
game. So we're gonna go down there and spend the day. My daughter's got a volleyball game Sunday morning, and then go to the Steeler game Sunday afternoon, and then come back, put my boat up because I'm done fishing on my boat. It goes away September. I mean, August, September. It's
Labor Day weekend. Pack it up.
So that's what I'll do, and then I got to take. So I've got a lot of stuff planned.
With my boat, I do a lot of boat in when I hunt. Because when it comes to public land, whatever you can do to get away from the other people.
Yeah.
And I mentioned one of my spots that is going to be new for this year. It's isolated. In other words, for people that would try to get to that spot, not by the water, they have to literally walk through a thicket. And when I say thicket, you know what I mean. It's shit that people don't want anything to do with, but the deer can slide through that shit like it ain't nothing.
Yes.
So I use my boat. I don't usually winterize my boat to like freaking 1st of December.
Yeah. Hey, whatever it takes. There's nothing wrong with it as long as you're using it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Buddy used to kayak across the lake, Piedmont Lake. Yeah. He used to kayak across the lake in the morning and go to a spot because nobody accessed it. And he would shoot nice deer there all the time.
Absolutely.
You got to take that extra step sometimes on public land because you got to hunt the hunters too.
Right. That's exactly right. I had a spot several years ago that was just like what I described. If you go in by water, I would walk 30 yards and up into my stand.
Yeah.
Didn't disturb the area at all, right? And you can't get to it. The thickets this actually had like really, really extensive thickets. Like I don't think a person would have ever gotten to where I was.
That's where you want to be, man.
And I would canoe in because it wasn't that far to paddle. Like when I dropped my canoe in, I was paddling about, maybe a third of a mile, not even maybe half a mile tops.
Yeah.
And it just basically going around a point and sliding in there. And of course, because it's a cove, if you're going around that point, it's kind of a pinch point, right? Any deer from one section to get to the other, they're not going to swim across the cove. Yeah. They're going to, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was a pinch point. And prevailing winds, southwest west, were going right out over the water.
Yeah.
Like if I was to design a spot to deer hunt, it's probably, I would have built this, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I hunted it for one full season, and I had a couple missed opportunities. I saw deer nearly every time. And I went in at the end of January to pull my stand, and the park had granted access to a shoe store to build a trail through there.
Yeah.
And they zigzagged their trail all through that thicket, and they just ruined the stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing about public. You never know what's going to happen.
You get joggers in there and dog walkers, and I'm like, you can't have that when you're trying to deer hunt.
That's one reason why I got the lease, Kyle, is because I was sick of, even around my house. I've had stands stolen from my house, right across the street from my house where I hunt. I've had stands stolen in there. I'd go in the morning in the dark, and I'd look up and my stand's gone, and I was just sick of dealing with that. So I got permission from this one person over there, which I'm the only one that's allowed on it. So that's a good thing. So if I see somebody on here, I have the opportunity to say, hey, you shouldn't be on here. So that's nice to have that. I do got that spot where my stands have been. It's like a golf course.
Right.
There are some spots over there that I could go to and put like a climber or something up quickly and put it down, or a tree saddle. I was thinking about getting a tree saddle and start hunting out of a tree saddle on public land, because you're more versatile with that. You know what I mean?
Or Boxy crawled through the jungle and he found 2 ladder stands. Oh man, that's a heartbreaker. Now I will say, knock on wood, I have had very, very good experiences where I have chosen to hunt on public land. I have not had cameras stolen. I haven't had any stands stolen. My uncle put up a ladder stand going back 10 years ago on public land, and we went in by canoe, and he texted me. He's like, my stand ain't here. Like,
yeah.
Well, we're hunting, just, crawl under a pine tree or something, he was crossbow hunting anyway. I was like, just hunting the ground, he figured it out. He ended up getting his first buck that morning. It was just a little 7-point, scrub 7-point, but hey,
it is what
when you've never shot a buck, most folks will take whatever.
Yeah.
So he went from being, this is the worst hunting day ever, I'm pissed, blah, blah, to he was pretty doggone.
Yeah, and that's usually what happens. Them days where you're rushing around to get in the woods and stuff, and you want to beat the deer there, and you're late or something, and you go in when it's light out, and you go up and sit there. Usually you see your best deer on those days when you don't think you're going to see something, you know what I mean? But I had an issue with the public land by my house. When I first moved there, one of the first things I did when we bought our house was I didn't go and look at the house. I went and looked at the woods.
Sure.
So I dropped my wife off at the house to go through it, and I went down into the woods and I walked around. I found a spot, and I end up like a couple weeks after that, or within a couple of weeks, I put up a stand there. And I come in one day, and there's a path there, and I come down the path, and I make a right to go into my stand. And I look off to the left, and 60 yards away, there's a new ladder stand there.
Oh, geez.
Like, all right, so this is probably a neighbor or something hunting it, so I wasn't too worried about it. I go in my stand, I'm sitting there. Well, it gets light out one morning, and I'm sitting there, and I hear something. I look. Here comes a guy walking down a path at like 8 a.m.
Oh, geez.
He gets up in his stand, and I whistle, and he looks, and he waves, and I wave to him. So then I get down, and I go meet him, and I was like, hey, I said, I've had my stand here. I was hunting there for like 5 years without a problem. I said, but your stand's right there. You could see me. I could see you. I said, I'd appreciate maybe if you backed off a little bit and went back down. And he's like, oh, then he started, you don't own the woods. This is what I get that. I said, I understand that. You can put it wherever you want, but it's just hunter etiquette is being sight distance of another hunter. Like if you back up 100 yards, we're fine. But he's like, I don't care if your stand was there. I said, okay, whatever. So he is right off of this main path where kids ride their dirt bikes and things.
Right.
So his stand ended up being missing because I hide my stands really good. I don't use ladders. I use lock-on.
Yeah, I do too.
I take ladders out of the tree. I take steps out of the tree.
That's what I do, yeah.
And he has a ladder stand that's 12 foot high. I mean, you could almost reach up and grab it. And it ended up missing. Well, he thought that I did it. I'm like, dude, I didn't take your stand. I don't want to take your stand. I would never carry a ladder stand out of here or anything. It's probably one of these kids. You're right there. People can see you, you know, obviously. And he's like, oh, so he puts up a new stand. It happens again. I didn't steal it. I'm just telling you right now. Because why don't they steal your stand? I'm like, because I have it hidden and I got the stand out. You can't get in it. So one thing led to another, and I'm sitting there, and he stayed there for a while. I seen him, and I'm like, whatever. So when he came in, I knew I wasn't going to see nothing because the wind was blowing from him right into the bedding area. So I knew my hunt was over. But I sat there just in case he kicked something up. And one day I go to my stand, and I look, and I go over to my trail camera, and there's no card in the trail camera. It's missing the SD card. So little does he know, my camera has a memory. It takes pictures without the SD card. So I take it back home and I get on the computer and I look and I see him in front of my camera and he turns away and he has a phone number on his back. So it's where he worked. It was like during the day, the middle of the day, he must have been working and he came up there and he stole my chip out of the camera. So I called that number. I zoomed in and got the number and I called it. And I said, if you don't have my chip back there, I'm turning you into the cops because I got you on camera and I have your phone number. Do you know 2 days later, I had the chip in my mailbox and I had an Applebee's gift card in my mailbox.
Well, you know, he recognized the error of his ways. So
yeah, well, he knew where I lived and he put it in my mailbox with the chip. And my wife's like, what's this? I said, I know what it is. I said, it was my stand. And then it ended up being he shot a deer and it ran over to my stand and died. And it was a nice 8-point.
Oh, wow.
And he called me to ask him to help him drag it.
Oh,
so I did. I was like, be a better person. So I went over. He was an older gentleman, and I was like, okay. Well, he wanted to gut it right under my stand where it was. I said, no, we're gonna take this. We're gonna drag it out 100 yards away from my stand and do it. He was like real hard. Like he didn't know the proper techniques or etiquette to hunting. Okay.
Jeez.
So I drug it out of there like 100 yards away. I helped him drag it down there, and then after that, he had my phone number. I had his phone number. He ended up driving me nuts for like 2 years there just by coming in at daylight. And he had a painting company, and he would bring his painting truck to the place, get all his stuff out of the painting truck and put it on and walk in. So I'm like, his scent is just out of the world. So I just dealt with it. And finally, he stopped hunting there and he never showed up again. And I have that spot sort of to myself again.
Nice. I at least around here, it seems like the vast majority of private land where I live, call it within an hour and a half, you know, because during hunting season, I don't want to drive 2-3 hours, whatever. I usually just do a morning hunt or an afternoon hunt or whatever.
Yeah.
Peak of the rut, I might do an all day hunt, but a lot of times it's just couple hours in the morning, couple hours in the evening. So out of convenience, I want it to be close.
Mm-hmm.
There's no big tracks that are private. Everything is chopped up into, call it 10 acres to up to maybe, 90, 120 acres is a big plot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, even if you have sole access to a 120 acre farm, you don't have a lot.
Yeah, we have 100 acres down Uniontown, and that's where I do my food plots and things like that. And 100 acres ain't a lot, but it's good enough for me and my dad and everything down there. I'm actually putting food plots in September. I'm waiting until the second week of September to plant my food plots this year. Sorry not to get off a different subject, but we plan on doing it the second week of September because we don't want the turnips and the radishes to actually become turnips and radishes anymore, because we've done that over the years and they don't eat the bulbs. They just eat the greens off of them. Mm-hmm. So we're like, well, we're just going to plant it later. And with time and everything, we're going to do it the second week of September, plant all our stuff, let it grow and get green and not produce the bulbs. I mean, there'll be some bulbs that produce.
You see what Boxy said?
In my younger year, I had a guy standing at the base of my tree. I was one of the climbers. Said he had just as much right to be there. I said, okay, and decided to relieve myself. That's awesome.
I don't hunt Delaware public as much as that's where I kind of cut my teeth. And probably 10 or 11 years ago, I went into an area. I know it. I love it. I'd hunted it tons of years, and I'd gotten a decent 8-point out of there. But it's kind of this just big flat, and it's a gravelly area, so it doesn't the bushes and the brush don't take it over, but it's surrounded by that stuff. So it's kind of a nice little opening. And on the opposite side, there was kind of a new tree that had gotten big enough that I could put a stand on. And I was like, sweet, I can finally get over that little island of cover.
Mm-hmm.
So like 3 weeks before the season, I went in there and I hung a stand. And again, I do like you, I put a hang on, and then I take the bottom steps with me when I go. Oh, we lost him. So I take the bottom steps with me when I go. So, I mean, anybody else that would come through there that's hunting, he's got a stand right there. He's hunting right there or whatever.
Yeah.
I came back 1 week into the season. I hunted somewhere else opening day, but like in the second weekend, I came in to hunt it. Yeah. Someone had set a ground blind right below it. I mean, like 10 yards from the base of the tree. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
People
I pulled it. I hunted it that morning, and then I pulled it. I was like, I'm not gonna play this.
Yeah. See, I don't. If I go into a stand and I really, really like the area,
John Gunner,
and I really, really like the area, and I go into there and I see a tree stand, I back out of it. I don't mess with anybody. I don't try to maneuver around that stand. I just back out of there and go find something else, or I don't that area. That's just hunter. That's just an etiquette what you're supposed to have as a hunter.
Showing courtesy, right?
And there's a lot right now, and I don't even know. I guess it was a few years ago. I'm going to say when it started with I'm going to say I don't even know how long. How long has crossbows been in play where you can buy a crossbow?
Oh my God, I started with a crossbow. And,
well, when everybody was
right around 30 years.
Well, right around when that happened, I was always using a bow, and all my friends used a bow. And then the crossbows came out, and I was one of them. I was like, "Oh, you're cheating with a crossbow. You're cheating with a crossbow." Okay, that was the thing back out. Oh, but everybody and their mother was going out and buying crossbows and shooting it 1 or 2 times, and then going out and hunting.
Right.
So I seen a lot of people walking through the woods using crossbows, sort of like a gun. They would walk and do drives with crossbows and things. And you'd see deer running past with like an arrow in their butt or something, running, or an arrow through their leg, limping. And that when that started happening, I think right then and there is when everything started going haywire with like the hunters and stuff. Like they didn't really take it into consideration. Like they weren't taking their hunter safety courses. Their parents or whatever wasn't telling them how to hunt and what you should be doing and respect the other hunters. So I think that was lost in that era of people just, okay, I can do whatever I want. I went out and bought a crossbow. Now I'm a hunter going in the woods, and they didn't understand the etiquette of hunting. Like, so they just went in and started doing whatever they wanted and felt like they could shoot whatever they wanted because they had a crossbow. Now I use a crossbow now. I do.
Right. Sure.
And I use it, and I started using it in Ohio when I started 5 or 6 years ago. I used to hunt Ohio with my bow, and it was just, I've had so many big deer in front of me that I had missed opportunities with my bow that I figured it would be easier to use a crossbow. And it's not, I don't want to say it's easier, but you have less movement, so you can get away with
less movement. That's a key. Yeah. Hey, John Gunner, that's cool. The weigh-in for the Bassmaster Elite. This was day 1 for that tournament, right? That's really cool. That'd be neat to see.
Yeah,
Alvin Lewis, welcome in.
Lucky Alvin's in here.
Yeah, no giveaways tonight.
Win. But yeah, so that's where I think it just went to haywire a little bit with the hunting etiquette and people and the young. Even now, like people just think they can go and get a license and go out, and I'm like, well, you're supposed to go through a hunter and you can get a license without going through any of that. Before, you had to have that card, and you had to go and you had to. And you had to go get your license, and you were supposed to present that card. Now I see people just going up and saying they need a hunting license, and all you need is your driver's license. Right. And there's no background for that. So how do you teach that? You know, like people going in the woods and not knowing what to do. And even just like that, like crossing fences with a loaded gun, or crossing fences with one of your
Right.
things like that, ducking under fences, putting your weapon over the fence and crossing it. I've seen people in the woods driving with guns in their hands, jumping over fences, running after deer. I mean, just all that stuff has gone away, and it's really frustrating.
In Ohio, it's kind of the opposite. For the longest time, you didn't need hunter safety was available, but it wasn't a requirement, and they changed it probably about 18 years ago. They made it a requirement that anyone that would be new to hunting would have to show proof that they did a hunter safety course.
Yeah,
but they didn't force it on anybody that had already had a license. So they could see in their database if you'd had a license the previous year, you weren't required to do it.
Yeah.
Like for me, I've never done a hunter safety course, but I was grandfathered in. I didn't have to show proof that I'd done it. But I was also fortunate enough that the people that introduced me to hunting, that showed me hunting, they taught me those things.
Yeah, been doing it for years. You sort of know what you're doing with it.
Right.
I'm talking about these kids that are, coming out and just buying a crossbow and jumping in the woods and hardly even shooting their crossbow or practicing and going in and walking around trying to look for deer. Like I've had that already. Have these, not even kids, just people walking around the woods with a crossbow like they're still hunting. And see a deer jump up and they just aim and fire. You know what I mean? It's just, I've seen all that stuff, and it just frustrates me because I'm not like that. Now, I'm not saying everybody has to be like me, but I'm saying it's just frustrating when you're trying to follow the rules and do the right thing, that there's people out there that have no idea, and it just ruins your day of hunting.
Well, I mean, it's what that spray and pray is really just kind of a shotgun thing. If you're trying that with archery gear, I don't care if it's a bow or a crossbow or what it is. And I don't even care how fast your crossbow is. You could have the fastest crossbow in the world. For a deer to jump and take off and you think you're going to shoot it in the kill zone, it's almost impossible. A moving target like that.
You're just going to injure the deer, and it's just, and you'll never see that deer again too. It'll go out again. So, I love hunting. That's my first passion, then fishing. But I'll be Ohio tomorrow, so I'm anxious for that. And then I'll be putting out the content, coming to you guys with all my hunting stuff and all that stuff. So that'll be kind of cool. So I can't wait. So, all right, man. Well, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go check on the game here and see what's going on.
Absolutely. Sounds good. Appreciate you coming up, Ted. Have a good one.
Yeah. And John, if you're still in here, I'll be on your live tonight. I'll see you later.
All right. We'll see you. See you, Ted.
See you, Boxy. See you guys in the chat. Have a good night.
We buy an archery license and $3 more. We upgrade to include a crossbow. Okay. Yeah, no, ours is we just buy a hunting license, and then we buy a deer tag. And whatever deer tag we buy, it's good for the whole year. If I buy an antlerless deer tag, I can use it whenever I want. I can use it for archery season. I can use it for muzzleloader season. I can use it for regular gun season. A permit is a permit. Here in Ohio, once you have a deer permit, you can use it whenever. So, anywho, for anyone that's new, came in after Ted popped on up here, we got to talking hunting. We probably could have talked all night hunting, but I made the announcement that I'm going to move my regular live stream from Wednesday nights at 8:30 to Thursday nights at 8:30. My Wednesday nights, I got bumped off of those because of my kids' schedule, running my kids around. So I'm gonna move that over to Thursday night. So going forward, the watch and grow style live streams, those will be occurring on Thursday nights at 8:30 Eastern. That's about all I got. I already talked about what I got coming up. Ted talked about what he's got coming up. that's going to about do it for me. I actually stayed on longer than I thought I would. I thought I was only going to be on for about 20, 30, 40 minutes, but here it is. It's been an hour and I've been rambling on. Well, I had Ted to help me out a little bit there too. Always appreciate also coming up on a live stream with me. And I need to get me some dinner. So get me some dinner, and I'll probably jump into John and Lindy, Small Water Charters, and Coastal Fevers live stream later tonight. But as always, thanks for watching. You all have a great weekend. Hey, that's cool, John. I'm glad you got it. And I'm glad you got to see the weigh-in for the Bassmasters Elite. We'll catch up with you later.